Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for coming today to listen about HOTH Therapeutics. We're a early stage in the clinic right now on one program, biotech company. We're based in New York City, New York. So our safe harbor statement, you can find this presentation online at hoththerapeutics.com. So as we mentioned, we're striving to develop innovative, impactful, groundbreaking treatments for quality of life issues such as chemo rash, such as oncology, atopic derm, and others. We recently have a deal also with the VA for obesity. I'll walk you through our clinical programs. So in oncology right now, HOTH-001 is our lead project. That's for chemo rash. That's in a phase 2 at this point. HT-KIT, which we licensed from NC State, we're in our final stages of preclinical. It's our monkey study. After completing that, we'll open the IND to start that study. Neurology, that's something we invented at home here at HOTH for Alzheimer's, and we're currently doing our preclinical studies at WashU in St. Louis. Atopic derm by Alexa, we finished our early stage program in Australia. Those patient data has been released as well. And inflammatory, we're working on asthma and obesity. The obesity, as I mentioned, is with the Veterans Administration in the US. Oops. So HT-001, our topical gel, and HT-KIT, let's start with those two, as those were our primary development at this point. So EGFR inhibitor skin toxicity is a huge issue. When people go through chemotherapy treatment, 90% of patients develop what's called chemo rash, cutaneous lesions on the face, neck, chest, all over the body. There's nothing currently for that. What doctors will tell you is power through it, or they'll try standard of care, which might be steroids, or something like an antibiotic like doxycycline. They really don't work very well. So there's nothing currently on the market for that. We're in a phase 2 for this. As I said, no approved products for this market specifically that treats these cutaneous toxicities. So we have positive case studies that we've done. We presented some of our initial results. We hope to start a trial here in Q3 of 2025 in Europe. We're waiting, Q4, excuse me. Q1, we'll have the full readout from this PK study. So the preliminary data that we showed is each patient that went through chemotherapy, EGFR inhibitor treatment, was able to complete their treatment. What does that really mean? 90% of patients wind up getting these cutaneous lesions. 40% of patients actually have to stop treatment because of the pain associated with these skin toxicities. All our patients that have gone through the trial, able to complete the program, no stopping whatsoever, all resolved. Case study here, a 59-year-old female, metastatic breast cancer, treated under an investigator-led study at George Washington University in DC. You can see the baseline, 1 month after. After 1 month of treatment, she was able to stop, 1 week of treatment of HT-001. Her whole face, chest, scalp cleared, able to continue her treatment. She had to stop originally from the pain of these lesions. So really well dynamic program that Dr. Adam Friedman put together at GW to use HT-001 and show its effect. A little bit of the development pathway that we're using, 505B. So we had our IND submission, our PK cohort results that we've talked about that we're finishing up now. The trial's being currently held in the US, MD Anderson, NYU, Cal Irvine, really top-notch institutions that have been really done a great job recruiting for us. I'd like to show you some of the animal studies so you get a better idea of just how potent HT-001 has been. So as you can see, these are patients, animal patients that were treated week 12, then you can see with HT-001 and HT-001 week 6 to 12 and how they cleared. So what's really amazing is the animals were able to keep their fur as well. So what that kind of shows us is, from a scalp perspective, we think there might be also an effect here where if we apply HT-001 in its gel form, it could protect the hairline as well, which is a big deal for patients. HT-KIT, we licensed this out of NC State at Dr. Glenn Cruz's lab. Global systemic mastocytosis treatment revenue, $128 million, projected to grow at 5.8 a year through 2031. This is an antisense oligonucleotide. We currently have orphan drug status here in the US for it. We'll start the trial, as I mentioned, sometime in 26. we're finishing up our primate study. Here's a timeline for that as well. So we had our pre-IND meeting. They gave us orphan drug status. We used WuXi to develop this oligonucleotide. They did the formulation for us and study work. Give you an idea of the results of the vehicle versus HT kit and the tumor shrinkage. Within 24 hours, we were able to shrink these tumors and stop KIT expression. A little more underlying idea of what happened here as far as the histology behind it. It reduces the liver infiltration of the neoplastic cells in the humanized xenograft model. We also were able to show this in animal studies as well. Preclinical development on certain programs we're working on today, HTALs, which is really interesting. What we've done is we've taken a repurposed drug, turned this into an oral, which allows patients who are going through Alzheimer's treatment who aren't able to swallow. This is a thin tab placed on the tongue, dissolves. We've shown really good results out of WashU. If you have a moment, you can go online. There's a great paper by Dr. Carla Yu that kind of explains the study we did and the results. HTVA, that is one that we're doing, as I mentioned, with the Veterans Administration for obesity. So global Alzheimer's market, as you all know, there's a lot of different drugs in development or on the market. None of them shown really good effectiveness in working. We think we've got something really interesting here, going after substance P and the NK1 receptors, something a little bit different way of looking at Alzheimer's today. Actually, no currently drugs that are approved for disease modifying, but we do believe HTALs is something that's pretty exciting. And I mentioned the paper that's out there will give you some further info that I won't be able to cover today due to time constraints. So Q25, we'll have our IND meeting. Preclinical studies we recently completed. We'll have that data released probably before the year out. So HTVA, let me go back to that. Global obesity market, GDNFA family receptor study. This is developed at the Veterans Administration and developed at Emory University together, being formulated to prevent obesity, metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance. And this is an oral, by the way, is something interesting that we're developing. We've got a really great paper on this as well on our site. Please feel free to look at that as well, give you some of the preclinical results. So we obtained the license in 25. The current preclinical studies are underway with a CRADA with the US government being done at Emory University. So just to kind of wrap this up due to time constraints, programs in clinical stage HT001, as I mentioned, nothing currently on the market for chemo rash today. That's our lead drug. HT kit, had our pre-IND meeting, orphan drug status already approved for that. We have a really robust pipeline, no debt in our company, we're currently funded, able to put all these studies through. We have a really great team of management and a great board of advisors. When we license all these different therapeutics, we keep the inventors involved at all times, so the inventors are on our board of advisors. That's it for today. I hope that was quick and thorough. The presentation, once again, is online, and I'm Rob at HOTH Therapeutics.com if you have any questions or comments. Thank you.